started. Holly, you know how to manage the breakout rooms as people come and how to separate people.
Yeah.
If you want to put the first slide up, we only have a couple of slides this time. And I think everybody knows who I am. I'm Janice Cutler, and I am the Chair of Professional Development. And this is our second Connections and Conversations. So as we always do, we always like to thank our corporate partners, and we rely on them very, very much, and we appreciate them. And if anybody is interested in becoming a corporate partner or just getting information, you can definitely contact Holly. She is our Director of Corporate Partners. And Holly, if you want to put the best contact information in the chat, if anybody's interested, that would be great. And when you're ready, we can go to the next slide. And this is our lovely board. And we have a few of us here today. And next slide is going to be if anyone has any questions about any of these items that are on here. Holly's contact information is here once again, and her phone number. But if anybody has specific membership questions, Carlitha is here, and this is her contact information. If anyone needed to upgrade their membership from basic to premier, for instance, and had questions, and my contact information is here as well. And, if you can't reach Holly, you can also reach out to Catherine Burnett. She is co-directing with Holly this year. Okay, so without further ado, Wendy, I'd like to give it over to you to talk about peer groups real quick, and I'm going to put the link in the chat for the application if anybody is interested.
Great. Well, one of the main reasons I joined, one of the main benefits that drew me to join NAWBO was the idea of having a peer group. And so right now there are 3 peer groups, and we are looking to start at least one more. Peer groups are groups of 6 to 12 people in non-competing businesses that meet on a regular basis. Most of them meet once a month to share things that we're focusing on, things we need help with. They are confidential, and they are great ways to get, like, one of the things that I really love about my peer group is that because we're from such different industries, the breadth of the insights that are given and the breadth of the advice, the guidance that's given is, I really appreciate things like, I wouldn't have ever even thought of that. So there are 3 peer groups. One meets in the evening. That's first Mondays, meets in the evening. And there's a Tuesday, third Tuesday, and you don't have to worry about the remembering all of this. Third Tuesday from 12 to 1:30-ish. And then there is Sarah's second Thursday. Are you second Thursday, Sarah? Second Thursday. That group is not open to adding new members right now. But we're also looking to start new peer groups, at least one. So if those times don't work for you, know that there are several people who have expressed interest in joining groups, and maybe we create a new one. So Janice put the application in the chat, and the process is you fill out the application and send it to me, and I will review it, and we'll talk about which group may be the better fit for you. And then I'll introduce you to a main contact at the group, and we'll move things forward and get you into a group.
Thank you, Wendy. And Sarah did put a reminder in here that you do have to be at the premier level to be in a peer group. So Sarah, do you want to talk about the Lunch and Learn, since you have the link up there? Wendy, I asked her to pull it up before you got here.
Sure.
And just tell us just real quick about what you guys have been doing.
Yeah, absolutely. So a few of us have decided to finally take advantage of all the national benefits. So many of us are plugged in locally, but hadn't really leveraged all that there is in terms of the national benefits. And so we've started as a group kind of committing to try and attend some of the Tuesday 12 o'clock lunch and learn sessions. They're free. I don't know what membership requires to join for free, but they're free right now, I think, for everybody. And then Wendy, Emily, and myself have started a little group that meets at from 2 to 2:30 later that day to do a debrief. We all go from meeting to meeting and day to day, and it just gets really crazy and hectic. And we thought this would be a nice way to memorialize and really have that content set in, to have an accountability partner, and to kind of talk through those pieces, especially because they're not very interactive. And we've really enjoyed that. I've got a recurring Zoom set up for that. So anybody that wants to join is welcome. You can join for one, you can join for all. There's no commitment by any means, but if anyone wants the Zoom credentials, just send me an email and I'll put my email in the chat and I'll include you in the distribution. And again, if you can't attend one, you can always just cancel or decline or whatever makes the most sense for you. No pressure, but we'd love to have you join our discussions.
All right. Thank you, Sarah. And then also Sarah is part of her role on our committee is to keep in touch with our community partners and plug anybody in or refer them to any of the resources they might need. So Sarah, when you get a moment, if you could she's putting the information in the chat here. If anybody is looking for it, or if you know any other NAWBO members who you've discussed things with, if they're looking for, talking to somebody about the SBA loans, Patrick is extremely knowledgeable and he's pretty accessible to most folks. Yes, and SCORE, and you probably have heard of these. So just take a look at that and grab it if you need to for yourself or for anyone else. So thank you, Sarah, for putting that in there. Absolutely. And it looks like we have everybody we're going to have at the moment. We're going to go ahead and do breakout rooms to do some networking and connecting and getting to know each other a little bit better. And we're going to come back at 9:25 and to do a couple of quick polls to give us some good information about what everybody thinks. And we may not do that every time. It's just until we kind of get going with this and figure things out. And then we'll just make a quick announcement and then we'll get going at 9:30. And if anybody needs to still talk about anything, they are welcome to stay a little bit. So I guess I might see you in a breakout room, but we'll come back at 9:25.
All right, here we go.
right, I think we're all back. Oh, Carnella's here. All right, can everybody hear me okay?
Mhm.
Everybody's on mute, so it's awfully quiet. Okay, so we had a nice little chat. We were only 2 of us in the breakout room. And it left me wanting to hear more about both of them. So I'll just throw that out there. And I did want to just go back really fast to the lunch and learns that that Sarah was talking about with National. If you would like Sarah to contact you for a distribution list about when the next one is, and then the debriefs to connect after, please put your email in the chat for Sarah, and she'll put you on the list to receive whenever they're doing it. No pressure, you don't have to do it, but I did neglect to invite people to do that earlier. Good morning, Carnella. Carnella's our president, but I think everybody here knows that. Okay. Okay, so I think without further ado, we will go to the quick polls. Just to get some information from all of you. I wish that everyone who had registered had been able to come so we could get more feedback, but we're glad you guys are all here. And so Holly, if you could put up the first quick poll. Oh, they're 2 in a row. Okay. So just take a couple seconds to answer the poll. Were there only 2 questions, Holly? Okay.
Yes.
There were only 2. I 3, but I forgot that there were just 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
So everybody has answered them. So I will end it. Do you want us to show the results?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Okay. And so we're going to share the results.
All right. Okay, so so Sarah made a good suggestion. I probably should have had 45 minutes in there, maybe 45 minutes. Does everybody have the hand raising option? If you do and you want, and 45 minutes is a good amount of time, raise your hand or raise your actual hand or a thumb or whatever you have. So I see some 45 minutes. So maybe we go in between. Sounds good. And what the other thing that we learned is maybe we'll put in the verbiage on the website that we'll open it up at 8:45 for folks to kind of start getting in. And that way we can actually really start at 9 and not wait another 5 minutes for people to get settled, and because it happens and that's the way it is. So, okay. Well, I really thank you all for being here today. Does anybody have any questions before we make our final announcement? Questions, suggestions about anything at all?
Well, I don't have any questions, but I just continue to advocate on behalf of membership that if anybody knows, if you know someone who is a business owner or prospective business owner that you think would be a good fit for NAWBA, please send me their information. Just if you can just email me with their names, and I'll be glad to follow up. Either I or some member of our membership committee. Tom Schaefer is on the call this morning, and he is one of our membership committee members. So thank you. Good morning, Tom. But yes, please, if you know of any prospective members, please get their information to me. I'll reach out. We'll reach out to them and take it from there. So thank you.
Okay. And if you want to put your email in the chat, that'd be great, Carlitha. And also, I didn't say this on the slide. I didn't actually see it on the board slide. If anybody is interested in a board position next year or chair position or anything at all, definitely email Emily. Emily, if you are still here, if you could put your contact information in there, that would be great. Or if you know anybody that might be looking or just want to put their name in the hat for anything, that would be awesome. Okay. So Holly, if you could announce our next event for everyone, and maybe put the registration link in there if they want to grab it really quick in case they want to register right after this meeting.
Yeah, so our next event is going to be next Wednesday, which is February 17th from 11 to 1. It is a BYOL series, which is Bring Your Own Lunch and Join Us. It is a 8 productivity power plays you can master in 8 minutes, and it is going to be from our lovely President-elect Emily Parks is going to be helping us be more productive. I have attended many of Emily's presentations in the past, and I always leave with something, some nugget that I'm like, oh, I wish I would have known this sooner, because this would have saved me so much time. So I am excited to see this one next Wednesday. So the link is in the chat, and of course, we have information on the website that gives more in details on what you will walk away with when you attend this event next Wednesday. So looking forward to seeing all of you there.
Okay. Thank you, Holly. And if anybody has any other questions or needs to talk about anything else, feel free to stay on. But we are finished with our second special event that the Professional Development Committee has come up with. Thank you again, Wendy and Sarah, for helping us come up with this wonderful event. So hopefully each month we'll have more and more people.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Well, thank you all for being here. And again, please feel free to stay here if you need anything.
Thank you, Janice.
All
Thanks
right.
for hosting.
The rest of you have a good
Bye,
day.
everyone.
Bye-bye.